Welcome. On this channel, the only thing we talk about is making a lot more money with ads and funnels. I know how to do that because I've generated $37 million in revenue for my clients. I work with big name clients like ListKit, Client Ascension, Jason Wojo, Wojo Media, Gym Launch, Bulls on Wall Street, Well Copy, and the list keeps going on and on, okay? And in today's video, it's going to be pretty much for the dogs only, all right? So for the people who really want to get into the weeds and the nitty gritty of how to track your ads and your funnels properly and want a great resource that you can take away to track your ads and your funnels properly so you can make the right decisions. And in this video, I'm gonna hop on screen share in just a sec here to basically show you a spreadsheet that I made that I use for myself and my clients that tracks every single step of a ad funnel from pre-click experience to post-click experience, and it'll basically in real time show you what metrics are performing well and are not performing well. Okay, so pretty much this is what I use on a daily basis to determine what types of tests I want to launch for my own funnels and my clients' funnels, because if you're not going off of data for a test, what the heck are you doing? You're just shooting in the wind. You have no idea what's going on, okay? So again, we're going to share this in just a sec for you here so you have full data fluency and can make smart decisions in your marketing campaigns. And at the end of the video, I'm going to give you a link that you can download the sheet for yourself so you can use it for yourself and your clients. Let's dive right into the screen share. All right, guys, so now we're in the actual spreadsheet. And again, at the end of the video, I'll show you how to download and everything. But this sheet right here is going to make sure that every single step of your funnel is tracked from pre-click experience to post-click, and tracked, and also telling you where to adjust, what to fix up, what to optimize, and what kind of tests to launch. So I learned this from Jeremy Haynes, who is a fantastic media buyer and marketer, and he launches tests every 72 hours. So I do that now for clients and for our own funnels and ads. And how do I actually figure out what tests to run? Well, I just look at the sheet and I see what's red, what's green, and what's white based on conditional logic, what I'll show you in a sec here. But essentially what you're going to see on the sheet are key metrics, ad level, funnel level, sales level, deal level, follow-up level, and notes. And under these levels, we'll have different individual KPIs and metrics that we want to track. So right here, as you'll see as well on the far left side, we have 3 days rolling, 7 day, 14, 30, 60, and 80. Those are the rolling totals that I want to see updated as I put individual dates and individual date data down here below this line, right? So you'll see all of this is fixed up here, the rolling totals. And then every day I'll have a VA on my team or a data analyst on my clients or something like that. Basically go through and add the individual metrics for the day here, and then that'll auto update the rolling totals up here. And if you want to, pause this, take a little screenshot of the formula for yourself. That's the formula for these respective days. And as you can see, I added 5,000 there for another day and 7 day auto updated. And if you want to do 14, you just copy this and you would change this to -14 and 14 there. So that's how I've been using it. It works. Now, essentially, again, what you want to do is if you can get most of this automated by using Zapier and Make, awesome, more power to you to get some data flowing into here. But again, I like to hire an overseas. If I'm bringing it in-house, I'm hiring an overseas offshore VA that can log into these ad platforms and the funnel platforms and everything, the sales platforms, and update these metrics kind of as close to like midnight as possible. So we're getting the full accurate data from the past day uploaded into here. So let's go through each key metric. So right here on the far left, my first field of view, I want to see key metrics. These are the ones that for this funnel, they're the metrics that I'm trying to track to reach the key objective for the actual business itself. Okay, so like this is structured, this sheet right now, is basically structured to track a high ticket call funnel. If you have a low ticket product, running an e-commerce store or running a lead magnet funnel or something like that, you can obviously go into here and right click and add whatever additional metrics per level that you want. So now what we'll do is kind of go through each metric, right? So ad spend is clearly ad spend, right, per platform. Then I like to track on the far left, just again, so it's in my initial field of view, cost per application, cost per book call, cost per acquisition, show rate, and call close rate. You can change these to whatever you want. That's just what I do personally for most of the funnels and stuff like that. Sometimes I'll add in call rate as well, a qualified rate if that's something that we're struggling with. So ad level. Right here, I have the ad spend, impressions, unique click-through rates. I track unique click-through rate, hook rate, 3-second playthrough, 10-second playthrough, and CPM. So these kind of show me the actual ad creative performance per campaign and basically per funnel. So overall, how are my video ads performing? Over on the funnel level, we have landing page views, Bounce rate, not a lot of people track this. I love tracking bounce rate because you'll see if it goes up drastically, maybe there's some issue with the page load speed time that, just kind of popped out of nowhere. So that's something you want to fix. Page bounce time, maybe something's not loading properly on it. Maybe, you accidentally deleted the whole headline when you were making edits or something like that. So page bounce time is going to really show you pretty much how to, it's going to show you a lot of things that you're otherwise going to miss if you're not tracking these. Pre-opt-in rate. So these are the pre-opt-in page. Click above here if you guys want to check out my favorite funnel structure for a high ticket offer. On there, I basically talk about what the pre-opt-in page is. It's basically the page that collects, name, phone number, email, and maybe one other question from a prospect or a lead before they actually reach your VSL. So I want to see how many people are doing that. VSL play rate, VSL retention rate. These are big. Not a lot of people track these, but I use this site right here, Wistitia. I can't always pronounce it, Wistitia, something like that, to basically see how is the play rate. So how many people are actually landing on that page and playing the VSL. Because if that's low, maybe I'll change up something like the thumbnail. I'll let the first 3 seconds roll and I'll split test different first 3 second, graphics within there to basically get people to say, ooh, click, I want to watch this. VSL retention rate, if there's a huge drop off at some certain point within the actual VSL, then guess what I'm gonna do at that point? I'm gonna go in, maybe add some more open loops, change the copy up, add some more retention, editing, something like that. If you're not tracking the stuff though, you have no idea that that is what is not performing properly within your funnel. So you're like, well, people aren't making it through the VSL, they're not getting nurtured, yada. This is how you optimize it, and this is how you actually see if it's working properly for you. Application rate, so how many people actually fill out the application. Application count, so this is more numerical. This one's a percentage. Qualified application count, so this is an MQL. Here's your cost per MQL, cost per application, and cost per booked call. Now we move over to the sales level. You see how this is all kind of sequential here. We have book discovery call count. This is if you have a 2-step sales process. Show rate on your discovery call, qualified discovery call count. So this is more of an SQL. Audit count, and you could also add cost per SQL here. That's a great stat to track. Closing calls, show rate, audit closing, and offer rates. How many people do you actually throw the offer out to? Deal level right here, we have close rate, close deal count, cash collected per live call. That's a great stat. David Jacob, my sales coach, gave that to me. It's fantastic. Cash ROAS, revenue collected, revenue ROAS, right? If you have these longer term kind of projected contracts for 6 months, you want to see how much you actually getting in on the first, month, right? When that invoice is basically paid initially, how much cash are you getting? That's cash ROAS. And then revenue ROAS is the projection of the entire contracts, right? If the entire contract is 6 months, you can have a revenue ROAS. And then cost per overall acquisition. And then follow-up level, we have email open rate, average touch points per open deal, average time an open deal lasts. That's a great one to track. And then follow-up conversion rate. And then finally, I have notes here. So call recordings, I basically put the day's call recordings there from the sales teams, just so I can see kind of what's going on there. And then test launch, I write down what test, if we did launch a test that day, and just so I can go back and see, okay, on this day here, maybe we, changed headline. Okay, cool. On this day over here, has anything changed, right? If it did, if things, skyrocketed, we had great bigger results on opt-in rate, all that fun stuff, then I'll say, oh, okay, cool, it was, change headline, that did work, and then I'll go here and make it green if it did work, and I'll make it red if it didn't work. And if it just kind of didn't really do anything, we just broke even on the test, I'll sit there and basically keep it as black. So those are pretty much all the metrics that I like to track. There are a lot of other ones that you could add, of course, but for the most part, I just keep it nice and general here. And like I said, the only other one I would really like to kind of stress you put is qualified rate here, if over on the key metrics, if you do want to track that. And then another good one to add would be right here, cost per SQL. So again, basically this is your sheet, right? Just click the link down below in the description and it'll basically pop open a nice form for you to fill out. And then on the thank you page, you're gonna have the this sheet to download, and it'll pretty much show up to you like this. Just make sure to go here, click file, make a copy for yourself, and you'll be good to go. So the only other thing that I suggest you guys do is set up conditional formatting within the actual rows itself based upon your objectives, your KPIs, and your benchmarks per metric. So for example, say your cost per book call is $300. Cost per book call is $300. So in this row, in this cell, we want anything above $300 to show up as red, so we know it's an issue. Anything below $300 to show up as green, so we know we're in good standing for that respective metric. And that helps a lot by formatting these specifically up here because these are the rolling totals. But again, I also apply it to each individual date row as well. So for example, right here, cost per call, we apply it to this. So if it is greater than or equal to $300, that is no bueno. That is a high cost per call. I want that to show up as red. If it is less than $300, guess what? We want it to show up as a nice green. Okay. So as you can see, if we come in here and 200 for that day, cost per call, awesome. We're in great standing. If it's $800, it shifts to red. So again, click below, grab it, download it. If you have any questions on this, just make sure to drop it in the comments or just shoot me a video or something on LinkedIn, Twitter, X, anything like that. So again, description, go download it for yourself. If you have any questions, hit me up on all the socials, shoot me a video or something, and I'll be able to help you optimize a sheet for yourself so you can actually start tracking these properly and getting better results for yourself and your clients through ads and funnels. Cheers.